We're not expecting you to talk the whole time because you're going to be much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the live broadcast here, coming to you live from La Crosse, Wisconsin, home of the Eagles for the the UW La Crosse Eagles, and this is going to be our Division 5, Level 3. Man, it's a lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers.
Playoff play, and we got the number 3 seed taking on the number 4 seed. Aquinas taking on your Colby Hornets. And sitting alongside me is Stephen Aquinas. Got it right the first time. And sitting behind me for fandom commentary, Sarah Olmican.
Hey.
Okay, there we go. And Stephen, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. We got a great view of this one from, I usually joke about saying high above, but I think we can say for sure we are high above Veterans Stadium today.
We are on the 3rd floor. We had to take the very slow elevator to get all the way up here. But, we got ourselves like a really, really nice press box up here. So one thing I want to give you a warning of, Stephen, if you want to do that one pan over that we were talking about before. So if somebody's like, oh, look at, they're running downfield, and then we see this this glare, that was unavoidable. So these windows, they're pretty solid, and they do not come out.
No, they do not.
Yeah, so we're going to be fighting through the glare to try to bring this crisp, clean, clear broadcast, which Sports on Focus has posted here on the YouTube live link. Well, thank you so much, Sports on Focus.
Oh, wouldn't miss this for the world.
Okay, there we go. And you know what? Speaking of which, there's some other people that say, you know what? Nobody else should miss this for the world. So 4 big donors bringing in today's broadcast here. First shout out, Short Lane Egg Supply, hometown, independent egg retailer. Wait, we got time? Or are they going to get into the...
I think we're getting into the national anthem, which I don't know how much we'll be able to hear of that, but...
Well, so real quick, we'd like to thank Short Lane Egg Supply, Wisconsin's #1 independent egg retailer, located in Colby, Wisconsin. Century 21 Dairyland Realty, making home ownership not only easy, but also fun. Bob's Dairy Supply, you know what? There's a lot of moo cows in the state of Wisconsin. So Bob made sure that he made a supply house to help out everybody. Bob's Dairy Supply and Meyer Do It Best Lumber, located there in the great city of Dorchester. Because you know what? Things still need to get built out of wood. And they are going to have all your lumbering needs.
And specifically, they wanted us to talk about the fact that they are an Anderson window supplier. Obviously, winter coming soon, but...
Wow.
We're going to step aside for a moment and hopefully be able to hear a national anthem.
tell you what, that Star Spangled Banner, that never gets old.
Nope. Even muffled through the glass.
So once again, we're here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. They got a beautiful downstairs visitor center, kind of explaining what motivated them to name this and lacrosse's involvement in multitude of conflicts that local hometown heroes were involved in, and they had great backstories. Had a chance to read those off, and yeah, it just, if you've never been to the stadium, it's really neat.
It's a beautiful facility. Obviously, we're all very familiar with it from usually early June. The state track meet usually held here. But yeah, it's a gorgeous facility. I'm coming in there. That's kind of a nice little area. They have some interactive stuff down there as well if you ever get a chance to come down for a UWL game. But
absolutely. So right now they're going to be doing the lineups for each team, and it's going to be starting with I guess Aquinas comes out running first. Apparently Aquinas is like, you know what? We want to get introduced as a team. And then the Hornets lined... Well, now this is really interesting. So the Hornets lined up to have their starting lineup read off, and first time all season, they didn't get that luxury. Rotz was standing at the end of the tunnel like, nobody run through. And then Aquinas came running out. So I guess this is how it's going to start.
yeah.
No need to stand on ceremony no more. Here we are. It is a heavily overcast. We have a very, very light drizzling rain. Just enough to say like it looks a little bit foggy, but through the lights you can see that it's gently coming down. That field is going to be wet, and the forecast shows that, you know, it's a 50-50 shot if the heavens above are going to be opening up further on into the game. But it kind of looks like a lot of the heavier rain is going to be held off until the end of the game around 10 o'clock. But like I said, it's been just like dreary the whole entire time.
Whole drive down. I mean, it's definitely rained a lot more back home than it has here. I know it was a lot heavier driving down around the Marshfield-Neillsville area, and then it started cutting out a little bit. But yeah, I do know there was a game scheduled in Prairie du Chien, just about 20, 30 miles south of here, that they actually already postponed to tomorrow because of the weather.
Absolutely.
And I know state soccer down at Uline in Milwaukee, they've had 5 lightning delays in 3 games.
Oh my gosh.
So
how about that? Well, welcome everybody, wherever you're calling home. And wherever you're calling home and whatever kind of size screen you're watching on, we have quite the matchup. The best of the rushing versus best of the offense. Number 4, number 5 to fight for level 4. And that is how it's going to start. Bros kicks it into the back of the end zone. He's no stranger for touchbacks, and that is where Aquinas.
Aquinas.
The Blue Goals are going to be bringing out the ball at the 20-yard line. And they got a high-octane offense. You know, the big bugaboo for the Colby Hornets has been the passing game. And these guys, you know what? Everybody should be a little bit nervous. They got top 4 wide receivers with Kyle White, Kelvin Hargrove, David Marlin, and Colin C. And behind that big arm and big body frame of Jackson Flottenmeyer. Lining up, he's got 2 wideouts, and he's going to drop back to pass, and why not? Gets flushed out of pocket. Early pressure. Still pushes to the sideline and throws it away. Colby Hornets getting great penetration, great pressure on the quarterback.
And I think on top of that, they're going to get a absolutely devastating holding penalty on Aquinas.
And that's why, Steven, so glad you're here. Because right now, people, I got to tell you, I haven't been in an element like this where we have soundproof glass. We're in this box, and I'm very self-conscious to be screaming and yelling, but we literally can't be heard from anybody else. But still, just trying to get my bearings here. And yes, a costly early penalty, and that is going to push the Blue Goals deep into their own territory, now spotted at the 5-yard line.
So
that should be a repeat of... No, it's going to be second down, or is it a repeat of first down?
Should be 1st and 25.
Well, scoreboard is slow to pick up. Shotgun formation sends number 20 into motion. Rolls out to his right and throws it into the turf at the 20-yard line. On the coverage was Robita. Incomplete. So now this Flotmeyer, in case you don't know anything about this guy, he's basically a man disguised as a high schooler. He's 6 foot and forever and 200 and some odd pounds, and he's got a heck of an arm. I understand high school player of the year last year, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and he's got quite the Division I looks coming at him. Whiteouts on either side. It's going to be a hand up the middle and gets smashed. Caden Healy closes the gap, and alongside him was Isaac Rotz. That was number 28 on the carry. That's David Malin, and just got truck stopped. And just like that, it's 3rd and 25 deep in their own territory. Wow, what a defensive series for the Colby Hornets. Here's the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Looking, can't find anybody. Throws it deep to the sideline, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Who was on the coverage there, Steven?
That was 84.
That was Robita. He's got the speed, kept up with that guy, and that was a tall dude. You know what? That was Colin, agent number 1. He was looking for him right at that first down marker, and you know what? In a normal situation, if he didn't have that pressure or that tight coverage, that would have been an easy first down right there. He had the guy, but like Robita closed the gap, and there was not much of a window.
Just got a fingertip to that one.
So here's an early punt for the Blue Golds. Robita gets it and doesn't get much going right there. So they're going to spot that down at the... Man, look at the view from up here. The 43-yard line. Or 44. 44-yard line is where the Colby Hornet offense is going to get to work. Holy smokes. If you're a Colby Hornet fan, you are probably just jacked because we are notorious for being a slow-starting team. And usually that's when the offenses that we play against get their best jump on us. But right there, they just smashed them.
That early penalty really did it in. That was all due to the pressure. The flag didn't come in right away.
That guy had to hold him. Otherwise, it would have been a sack. So you're just going to take the chance. Colby in a tight formation, and it's going to be a hand up the middle. It's going to go to Hamer and runs into some resistance, but not after he picks up about a yard. Big stop there by number 89, and why not? Number 89 is their leading tackler, and somebody would say, like, well, who's number 89, Matt? Well, that's Damian Lee. He is a senior, and when I say, well, actually, total tackles, he's 1 off. He's got 116 on the season, 15 for a loss, but he's got 7.5 sacks on the season. He is a big cat. He'll be hard to stop. 2 whiteouts on either side. Meyer barking some stuff. Healy off to his left. And it's going to go to Healy, and it's going to go on the right-hand side. He's got a block and tries to cut it back into the middle, but gets tripped up by number 28, David Malin. Healy's going to scamper for, I don't know, what would you say, about 5 or 6 yards right there, and he's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 3.
Steven's like, he's biting his tongue right now. He's like, Matt, I can do this math way faster than you. So it's a 3rd and 3. Hornets are driving. Let's see if they pick this up. Aquinas looking to see if they can put a stop to him. Tevin Rue gets it. Oh, and he's going to lose some yardage. Actually, not going to gain anything at all on that one. Rue ran out of blockers, and it's going to be a 4th and 3.
And it's interesting decision time for Coach Hagan. I mean, you're not necessarily in range for a punt, but yet you don't want to turn the ball over with this good a field position to this good of an offense either.
No kidding. So they are going to go for it. Robita off to the right. Here's the snap. Drop it back to passes. Meyer. Pump fakes. Healy tries to fight for that first down. And nope. Gets the gap closed in on him. And it looked like it was going to be number 89. And number 14 was on that stop. Cole Keppel. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. And here come the Blue Golds. So Meyer was looking for that option to go to Robita, unless that was to throw off some of the defenders as he was streaking downfield, and he wanted to get Healy into open space to scamper for that 3 yards, but the Blue Golds were not falling for it.
This is a team that's going to, unlike a lot of teams that Colby faces, has practiced against those kind of screens and those kind of passing plays a little more, so it'll be interesting to see how Colby's able to adjust on that.
5 wideouts. Holy smokes. Here comes Voss. Rushes the passer. And it gets bumped up into the air. And, man, Colby was just like licking their chops trying to pick that off. And they were trying to get David, number 28, but just off his fingertips. But Gavin Voss, uncontested.
That was a screen. So normally what you do blocking on a screen is you put a little block and then you release.
But
the guy never did the little block. He just released Voss directly in and no chance.
And you know what? It was a mess over there. It didn't really even look like a developed screen. They got 2 wideouts. It's going to be a hand up the middle to number 3, Kyle White. Not much going. Going to gain himself about like a yard-ish, maybe 2 yards right there. So that's going to be a 3rd down and long for the Blue Golds. Colby is playing stout, and they are playing with some confidence right here. And they say, you know what? We're the ones that have the gold helmets around here, buddy. Blue Golds looking to see if they can keep this drive alive. Tway goes into motion. Low snap, trips up a little bit as Floydmeyer fires it downfield. He gets a wide open man, and it gets knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Pass completed to Colin. That's his number 1 receiver. 1st down, Blue Golds.
Just a perfectly designed play there.
Yeah, he had a nice cut, and there just wasn't enough adjustment there for Robita. Blue Golds keep the drive alive. You know, in the meantime, as we're waiting for this next play to come underway, if you want to make a mention or leave comments in the YouTube link, we'd love to hear where you're watching from.
And who you're cheering for.
Absolutely. Here we go. We got 2 wideouts on the near sideline. The snap goes to Kyle White up the middle, and can't run on that Colby defense. Gain him about a yard. 2nd down and 9.
You know, they're going to have to keep running because as soon as it becomes obvious they're not running anymore, you know, Colby's going to drop 5-6 guys back, a lot of more coverage, and got to keep them true.
I was going to say, you got to keep it true or honest?
Honest.
Honestly true.
Honestly true.
Tighter formation here for the Blue Golds, and here goes Floydmeyer. Fires it downfield, and it's going to be completed. Breaks a tackle, finally gets knocked out of bounds by Tevin Rue. Pass completed by...
Flag comes in late.
To Jackson Flatmeyer. To his brother? Must be.
So flag came in after the play as they were heading back, and I think it's going to be an unsportsmanlike against Aquinas.
Oh, and just like that. Wow, what a turn of events right there. You get a big game, but now you're going to go backwards.
So they'll get the 1st down, and then they'll march it off. Oh, no, it's a sideline warning, so they won't march anything off.
What's the sideline warning towards? Coaches?
Yeah, coach was in the white. If you're in the white and the ref runs into you, you get 1 warning, and then it's a personal foul. So, I don't know. Oh, no, they are going to. Nope. They're going to march it off. So, another huge penalty.
Holy smokes, that's a huge one. Uh-oh. Awkward. Okay, so here we go. 1st down and a heck of a lot of yards to go, but you know what? Being that this is being the offense that they have, the style that they have, athletes, the speed, and now with like a light drizzle coming down, they can gain those yards in an immediate hurry.
Yeah, this is definitely not a team that's going to worry about first and 25 they might, but like a 1st and 15, 1st and 12, they're not, or 2nd and 12, they're not going to worry too much.
Absolutely.
And now a conversation.
Oh, Dolmer's like, hey, I forgot. I am supposed to be in there. Martinez is going to march off the field.
Okay, no, that's okay. That's what I was checking. Yep. I thought it would be that. So
What's
no, it's
that?
1st and 10. So
It's not that they have to gain the yards back. They just move the ball back.
Everything moves back 15 yards.
Well, that's an interesting rule. They had to dig deep into the pocketbook for that one. 20 goes into rotation, rolls out to his right. Floydmeyer lobs it downfield, wide open, snags it, tiptoes the sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Whoo! He could have scampered just into the end zone, but he was just on his shoelaces right there. Uncovered was David Malin, number 2 receiver for this offense. He averages about 50-some receiving yards per game, and he's got 4 touchdowns on the season for him. So Colby is really paying a lot of attention to Colin, number 1, but David is sneaking out there. Robita on Jackson down on the near sideline. Whoa, Blue Golds fight up the gut of this Hornet defense, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Golds.
That was just an old-fashioned snap and run. There was no handoff or anything.
Kelvin Hargrove finds the end zone. And why not? That is the Aquinas top rusher. Fights into the end zone, touchdown.
Oh, and they're going to go for 2.
I was going to say, they are not known for their extra point attempt. There's the snap, rolls out to his left, checks back to his right, fires it high, and it's going to be dropped. Weezy was a couple of steps behind that guy, but he drops a high, lobbed ball there, and just like that, the 2-point conversion is no good. 7 minutes and 28 seconds here in the first quarter. Blue Gold strike first with 6. Colby Hornets, 0.
I absolutely feel that Tiger Lily is getting a great education with RVA. She is challenged and she's not bored. She enjoys her classwork.
I love the teachers. The teachers are the best part. My teachers are very friendly and they're easy to reach out to when I need help with an assignment. The teachers are always there when you need help.
What I love about RVA is the flexibility first, but second is that Tiger Lily is so happy with this school, with her teachers, and with what she's learning. It's awesome.
Living every day to the fullest, giving hugs and laughing loudly, bringing joy to those you love. Vaccines set us free to live openly. Schedule yours today.
Back.
All right, and we're back, everybody. Whoa, that's an interesting formation for a kickoff. Kaboom! There it goes. Line drive kick, and it's going to get fielded. Tries to find a seam, but not much going is for Weezy fielding the kickoff there, and he's going to be brought to a stop at about the 28-yard line. Hornets going to get to start. Decent field position. Aquinas coming out on defense. First down, Colby.
And no update as the live stream from Southern Door not working.
Man, too bad they didn't have on focus over there. Handoff is going to go to Healy, trying to find his blockers, cuts it back, reverses his field, does a couple of spin moves, and gains himself about 3-4 yards on the carry. Second down.
Ran about 15 to get 4.
No kidding. Reversed his field and saw a lot of open pasture, but not a lot of blockers that way. But, yeah, the Blue Golds, they just swarm, and they were just blowing up all of this blocking. So Colby not able to swing it to the outside.
And that's
so far.
That's one, too, you want to be careful of if you're Colby when Healy reverses field. It's a very quick ability to get a hold out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Tevin Rue going to go try the left-hand side. Fights for a couple of yards, and just short of the first down marker. A decent scamper there, and that's going to bring up a third down and manageable for the Hornets. 3rd down and 2.
Tough spot for the Hornets there for sure.
Announcer said 3rd and 1. Scoreboard says 3 and 2. Refs say, yeah, never mind.
1.5.
I formation. Goes up the gut as Healy gets met up, but he leans forward for that first down marker. It's going to be really close. And we're going to see where he spots that ball.
First down.
It looks like a first down to me. There you go. First down, Colby. Wasn't easy, but they got it.
And that's what they're going to have to do. Grind this one out. Because the other thing it does, it keeps the ball out of Floatmeyer's hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is the way it's got to be. So, you know, Colby loves the ground and pound it, especially do some punishing runs up the middle. So, fake handoff. Meyer drops back to pass, goes deep down center, trying to find Hamer, but shoots him over 5 yards, and Hamer was tightly covered there. Looks like by Cole Keppel, and it's incomplete. So that's going to be second down.
Almost looked like a bit of a throwaway there. Didn't have his guy, just threw it up and...
Absolutely. But you know what? Why not try to catch them off guard? Because you got to imagine that this whole team was prepped the entire week of like, got to stop the run, got to stop the run. I formation with Robita down center. Healy gets the call, cuts it back into the middle, makes a man miss, makes another man miss. It's a foot race up the sideline. It finally gets pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line, or 35-yard line, sorry. Wait, now they're just moving all over the place. It is going to be spotted at the 31-yard line. First down, Colby. 31, honey.
Sorry, I'm looking at it's reflecting on the wrong side.
She's got her microphone up, folks.
It's fine, I don't want to be on.
Big gain there for Colby. They got renewed life right here.
It's reflecting backwards in this other side here.
Handoff goes to Healy again and just gets smashed. Actually keeps on his feet. Looks like from up here, that would be number 54 in your programs on the stop, Shane Willenbring. And that's going to be second down. When Healy gets open space and he's got himself at least 6 yards to build steam, he is hard to stop. But he's got to get that first 6 yards. He's got to get that build-up of steam. Tight formation here. Hamer in the backfield. Second down. Hamer up the gut. Fights through that defense, gets it to the second tier, and finally gets brought down by number 1, Colin. Big, great gain there, about 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards, and that's going to be third down and 1 to go. Colby is driving.
And a third and manageable. It's what they didn't have in that first drive. Is they were in a good manageable position here.
They didn't have any runs over 5 yards, and they've had 3 so far on this drive. It's going to be a drive up the gut, and it's going to be enough to pick up that first down as Caden Healy. Caden Healy hasn't, he's been stood up but not been brought down. He's been able to take that large frame of his and lean. Hornet Phantom is on their feet and cheering their guts out. First down, Colby.
And that one, again, was another one where you saw, that misdirection that we've seen from Colby so much. I thought Meyer was running it off the end, and all of a sudden I noticed that it's Healy up the middle.
Absolutely. Hamer's going to go up the middle, and he's going to drag some blue golds along with him. He brought number 28 and number 27 along with the ride. Dragging with him was Kelvin Hargrove and David Malin. You know what? I call him the wet noodle, but I also call him Hamer Time Hamer. But, man, the reason we call him Hamer Time is because if he needs to lower his shoulder, he's a good downhill runner, but that's not his style. But back to the ball game. Tight formation. It's going to be to Rue. Gets jumped on top. Number 89, super excited. Damian Lee jumps on Rue's back. You had 6'3" guy jumping on a 5'7". He probably didn't need to jump on him. Third down.
Make sure you get the tackle.
Yep, that's absolutely right. Here comes third down and long for the Hornets in blue gold territory. It's going to be a pass. Meyer to Robita. Pass completed into the end zone. Touchdown, Colby. Holy smokes. We talked about it a couple of plays before. Don't sleep on this Colby Hornet passing game. It has been a sleeper, but man, Robita uncovered. Easy pass for Meyer. Touchdown, Colby.
And the opposite of what we talked about with the blue golds, there the fake on the pass on the run, completely sold it. All 11 blue golds bought in on it and left Robita wide open and a chance for Colby to take the lead.
Here's a snap. The hold is good, and it goes through the uprights, and it's good. He was about 10 yards short from kicking it into the street. 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in your first quarter. The Hornets strike back and have the kicker to kick it through the uprights. Colby takes lead. Hornets 7, Blue Gold 6. And I think we're going to go...
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. And it is truck season, which means big savings. That's right, rebates are back. stop on in and talk to one of our specialists, but we're focusing on the 2.7. Going on now behind me, we actually brought in a Chevy trainer to talk about those wonderful features of the 2.7 engine, and we want to be able to tell you all of those. Stop on in and talk to one of our sales consultants and hear about the great rebates going on now at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Wow, what a drive for the Hornets. Well executed, especially once they got to that 40-yard line. That Healy run jump-started that offense. Here comes Tucker, kicking the junk out of that ball, and it goes in the back of the end zone. Touchback.
And that is something very few Division V teams can have.
Oh, absolutely. You know, like you look up. Okay, so like you go to Wiz Sports, they do this really neat thing. They got all the stats on there, and you look at the kicking. Nobody has any kicking stats, hardly. It's like, we tried once. Whereas you look at Tucker Brost, he's 51 for 56 on extra point attempts. He's 2 for 7 on field goals on the season. That's why they call him Legatron. Here come the Blue Golds in a shotgun formation, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and there's a flag on the play.
Colby jumped.
Colby is going to have some early movement. They were trying to get a jump start on that play. You know, there's like quite the bigs on that Aquinas side, especially on the tail ends. So like I'm looking at number 54 on the, 6'5", 240 pounds. That is a big cat.
And yet
you think he would run that direction. What's that?
And yet Colby's been able to get pressure.
Flotmeyer hands it off. Smashes up the middle as Zamora, and the runner is still fighting. Zamora, Martinez. And right at the bottom, Ulrich, number 56. You know? Well, and Caden Healy, let's not forget about you, buddy. Here's the interesting about Grant Ulrich. He's got one of them quiet games. He's tied with the team for the most forced fumbles. Solid player in the interior. Quick pass off to the left. Martinez closes the gap and brings him down, but not before they pick up the first down. And that's going to be enough to move the chain gang. First down, Blue Golds. Pass completed to Kyle White, your sophomore, at 5'10", 185 pounds.
And Aquinas switching out to more of a muddle huddle rather than a full huddle, speeding things up a little bit here.
They want to catch the Hornets here a little bit, and they're spreading them out. Handoff goes up the middle, and the arm tackle's not going to work. Springs loose and finally gets knocked down by Caden Weezy. Kyle White, the ball carrier, and that was more than 10 yards, I'll tell you that much, and that's going to be a first down, Blue Golds. They're driving. Colby on their heels now as the Blue Golds get into Hornet territory. Minute 43 seconds. Time ticking here. Coming in with the next play. So Colby getting a little bit of a rest right here. 2 receivers on the top. Flotmeyer looking around. Wipes the hands a little bit. Handoff is going to go to the left, and Rue tries to bring him down, but he scampers for another couple of yards and finally gets dragged down. Gets stopped by Domer and company. But it's a second. It's going to be a second down and short for the Blue Golds. Ball's going to be at the 39-yard line. But you know what's really kind of amazing here is that the Blue Golds are kind of sticking to the running game right now. They're kind of taking it to Colby here at their own game. Handoff, middle. Just bounces off defenders. He's in open space. He's got one man to beat, and he's not going to catch him. Touchdown, Blue Golds. Calvin Hargrove just knocking people over and just blazes into the end zone. And what a response from Aquinas. Oh! Aquinas.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So they're going to be going for 2 right now. Here's the snap. Rolls off to his left. Tries to look back of the end zone, and he's going to get him. Pass completed, and the 2-point conversion is good. Pass completed to Cole Keppel, and that is going to bring your score. Blue Gold strike back after the Hornets drive down and get a touchdown themselves. 43 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Blue Golds 14, Colby 7.
At Clinner Insurance, we know you want to protect your business. The Clinner Insurance team will help you choose the insurance package and plan that fits you and your business. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
Are you ready for a faster and easier mortgage process? Tap Lending combines the speed and efficiency of technology and people, and a great local bank. The perfect combination for your mortgage.
Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to go to fan perspective. So right before this ball gets booted. So Sarah, take it away.
Well, Matt, we got a pretty athletic competition going on here. We got two very competitive teams holding each other against scoring. Got a whoop. Sorry,
and that is going to be Caden Healy, and he springs loose and he gets himself about like a 10-yard gain, and it's going to get out to the, looks like it should be at the 45, but it looks like he towed out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. So Sarah, like as we're looking down at the fandom, so we see that everybody's kind of dressed for the weather. What kind of weather are we seeing out there?
It's a little drizzly out there right now. It's not too bad though. I think people are not complaining. It's not cold, it's not snowy. I think we'll take it.
There you go.
Also, I think that we have...
Oh, jeez. The play scared her, folks.
No, I think we have more spectators on our side than Aquinas does.
Oh, there you go.
The student sections are pretty equal, but there's far less others.
Looks like a couple buses came down.
Yep.
For Colby fans.
Yep. There were some great sponsorships with those buses, like Nicolay, which was part of your sponsorship right there. They sponsored one of those, or helped sponsor one of those buses. So we had a short gain there for the Colby running attack right there, and they got themselves about 2 yards on the carry, and they're just going to let time tick off here. Now we're going to get into the second corner. Going to go into the second quarter right now. The Blue Golds hanging on to the lead, 14, Colby 7.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
One thing that surprised me about the RVA is the want to do school, whereas it was kind of a struggle before.
All of the educators, the staff, the therapists, the specialists, everybody is so knowledgeable. And my favorite thing is that we all work together as a team for the kids. I really feel like we're partners with the RVA.
Hey, and just in time, here's the snap. Goes to the left. Rue gets a block, tries to cut it up the middle, spins his way, and big gain there for the Colby Hornets. Tevin Rue gets some excellent blocking, and that ball is going to be brought into Blue Gold territory at the 41-yard line. First down, Colby. Quick score update for you, Neil. You're not Neil. Steve, that's who you are. Neil sent us in the score update. Regis is taking on Edgar at Regis, and at the end of the first quarter, Regis 12, Edgar 8. So tight ball game.
Tight ball game there. That's a potential state championship game there.
Absolutely. Hamer gets the handoff. Gets stopped by Hargrove, but not after he gets himself 5-ish yards right there and gets the ball out to the 35-yard line.
And again, it's the quick hitting running. When they've tried to set up, some of the little bit more complicated run plays, they haven't been successful. But when they do just that quick hit, get somebody going downhill like that, that's really worked out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Colby is driving, which that makes a lot of sense because it's all about scoring points. Am I right? It's Hamer again, up the middle. Ooh, gets hit hard. Gains himself about 1.5 yards on that one, so it's going to be third and manageable for the Hornets. So now this is going to be an interesting. This will be an interesting play right here. Do you just say let's try to lean into that one, see if we can pick up that first down, going straight up the gut, or do you try to get fancy with it?
It's probably 2-down territory, so it might not be the worst idea to maybe take a shot here. And as long as you don't lose yards.
It's going to be a swing to the left, and there's a flag is thrown. No gain on the play. Rue, the ball carrier, yikes, and just got lit up by Hargrove.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah, they're going to move them back. So
it's a holding call on the Hornets. Repeat, third down. And that's going to push them back. Is that a 5 or 10 yard?
10
yard.
From the spot, so... That's going to set up 3rd and 13.
Well, now you got a really interesting play right here. So do you try to fight for that first down marker? Or do you just try to pick it up on the ground and get what you can get?
Well, it's 2-down territory. You don't need all of it here. This is definitely 2-down territory for the Hornets. So they're going to, try and get maybe, a few of it.
Pass play. Meyer drives it, and it's almost intercepted. He tried to look for Tevin Rue, and Cole Keppel stepped right in front of it. Hornets got lucky on that one. 4th down.
And looks like they're going to bring Mr. Brost out.
So it was going to be 5 yards short of the first down marker.
Nope.
But it would have been completed to Rue. Yeah. So it would have been a little bit manageable. But I'm wondering if Rue didn't have the cut, or if Tucker literally didn't see Keppel.
Keppel undercut that route really well.
Yeah. So it's going to be punt formation for the Hornets. Brost gets it, says, goodbye, ball. Goes high up into the air, and Aquinas says, we're not going to go get it. And, wow, great spot right there. Takes a Hornet bounce at the 8-yard line. And that's where the Blue Golds are going to get to work, and where the Hornet defense is looking to see if they can pin them down further back. You want to stay put?
Yeah, we'll stay put.
So, Sarah, fan perspective here. What are some of the things that are going to go through your head after you saw like that offensive series where it didn't swing the Hornets' way?
It's a good question, Matt. Oh, gosh, it's tough. I don't know. These teams are they're holding each other so tight in, and I don't know what the answer is, but we got to get some points on the board or we're going to be in trouble.
Zamora finally stops the ball carrier after he gains himself about 2 or 3 yards on the blast. And that is going to be number 8, looks like in your programs. Walter Burns on the carry. They have multiple players touching the ball on this Blue Gold side.
There's a lot of talent here right now.
2 wideouts on the far sideline. Here's the snap. Rolls out to his left. He's got open pasture ahead of him, but he's going to launch it into the air, and Robita breaks it up. Pass intended for Kanzamius. It's incomplete. Kanzamius? Kanzamius. Welcome to the party, buddy. 2nd down.
3rd down.
3rd down. Oh, boy. Welcome to the ball game, Matt.
Aquinas.
Aquinas.
You got it out.
Steven said, good job, Matt. We're not going to kick you out of here at halftime. 3rd down. And looks like about 6 to go. This is a play that they've been running all night. Healy's trying to get pressure, gets double blocked. Goes high into the air, it's Robita, and it gets overshot. Nobody was going to get that ball, but man, Robita going stride for their big number 1 target, Kanzamius. And it goes incomplete. And wowie wowzers. And just like that, 4th down.
It's interesting, Robita there. I mean, there's no chance Kanzamius comes down with that one because Robita had it.
Literally right there.
Right there, and he was going to get to it first, and he was just going to knock that one down, but it was little too far, a little pushing and shoving, but...
You know, when it's like a 50-50 ball right there and both players are kind of looking at it.
And they're both pushing each other.
I'm just glad the refs just kind of say, hey, you know what? We're not the NFL. We're not going to throw a flag on that one. Flatmeyer also punts it. Wow! And what a booming kick. Takes a blue-gold bounce all the way to the 8-yard line. Oh, Steve, you're a mathematician. How many yard punt was that? He's counting the
64 yards.
Oh, my gosh. Who would have thunk? On average, I would say a 36 to 37-yard punt is an excellent punt at the high school level.
And that's the advantage of playing on turf. Harder field, that ball bounces more, it rolls more than you'll see on grass. And he just used the turf to his advantage there.
They literally went from the 10-yard line all the way to the other 10-yard line. What a flip of the script here. So Hornets are finding themselves in the worst field position possibly all season. Here's the snap. Handoff goes up the middle. Not much going. Gets gobbled up. And there wasn't really anywhere to go. Hamer on the carry. And that's going to bring up second down and 10. Man, the reflection of this glass, sometimes it plays tricks on you as it bends that light a little bit. I'm in a glass case of emotion. I just heard myself. Is that you, Matt? Second down and 10 for the Hornets. Delayed handoff. Oh, man, and that went to Healy, and it looked like he had an open seam up the middle, but he saw something and decided to cut it back, and looks like no gain on the play. Third down. It looked like he had open grass straight ahead of him, but then all of a sudden he sidestepped and ran to his right. And then ran right into people, unless somebody grabbed his jersey and just roped him down.
Yeah, looked like maybe he saw something coming into that hole where he wanted to try and cut back a bit, but...
Meyer going to go downfield. He's got Healy, and he gets it, brings it down. It's a foot race against Meyer, and he's going to beat him. Toes the sideline, touchdown, Colby! 90-yard plus pass! Tucker Meyer is just adding up the passing yards tonight, folks. Healy burns Flatmeyer. Touchdown, Colby.
92 yards.
That's why I said the plus. I'm trying to tone it down because I can hear people through the glass. I can only imagine they can hear me through the other side. But, man, it is hard to contain the emotions right now. Nobody's complaining so far. Steven?
No.
He's having fun.
Oh, I'm having fun. Definitely. Looking to tie this one up.
A great pass. Caught him in stride. There's a handoff. Or not. There's a snap. The hole, and it is good. Colby. What a response. They had the Blue Golds score. Then they got stopped. Pinned the Blue Golds on the 10. Flatmeyer says, no, you guys are going to start at your 10-yard line. And then proceed to try to fight their way through on the ground. But then Meyer says, hey, I can pass it too, you know. Fires it up into the air, and he catches Healy perfect.
And you saw that speed from Healy, because Healy had to kind of slow down a bit, get that speed back up. That allowed Flatmeyer to get back into it. But once Healy got those jets going, he was gone.
He burnt Flatmeyer. But you're right, though. Like, he had to slow down just a little bit.
And again, both teams kind of flipping the script a little bit here. We saw Aquinas go down the field with the run game.
That's right. They're going with their run, and then Colby says, this run and ground and pound's not working. Let's try passing it once. I'd really be kind of curious to see what our stats are right now. I mean, between the two passing programs right now, but enough of that. Brost. There's the kickoff, and it's going to fall short. Not going to be a touchback. It's going to be returnable. Colin gets it, and he shakes off a defender, goes up the sideline, shakes another guy. That was Tevin Rue, or I wonder if that was Tate Smith that was trying to arm tackle him, and he literally spun his way out of that one and scampered for another 6 yards. And he brought the ball out, looks like, to the 28-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Aquinas. Come on. Give it up here, people. I said it right.
That was correct.
Thank you. All right, Steven. So you're Aquinas right now. You kind of stick to that run game, don't you?
I think you stick to it till it stops working.
I think so, too. I think you kind of just keep wearing down that Hornet defense. But if you're the Hornets, you've been doing this all season. It's going to be a pass. Flatmeyer looks from his left, goes to his right, tries to find number 28,
Flag comes
David
in.
Malin. Incomplete, and then it's a late flag. I wonder if they're going to be calling a pass interference.
Yep.
Weezy was on the coverage, and Weezy just saying like, hey, listen, that ball was nowhere near him.
No, there's no catch. The ball doesn't have to be catchable in high school.
Well, we're high up in the air, and they're with a track in between us, so we're pretty far away. But, somebody could say, like, well, there was a little bit of tugging right there. But, yeah, so, tough break there for the Hornets as they give up a bunch of yardage there on the penalty.
Yeah, that was...
Actually, no, they don't. Okay, so it's only like a 10, 15-yard
penalty. 15. In high school, it's 15, and 15 and not even an automatic first down.
3 wide receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Fake handoff. It's going to be fired off to the left, and nice open field tackle by Rue there.
Rue did what he had to, just got enough of the foot to trip him up.
You know what? There wasn't a whole lot. There was a lot more real estate than defenders on that side of the ball. So Tevin Rue, big play right there. So that's going to bring up 2nd down for the Blue Golds. They're going to flip the receivers down at the other end. Looks the other way, gets some blockers. Colin, sorry about that. Wow, you had some Hornets fight through the blocking right there. That was Martinez and Isaac Rotz. They blasted through a big wall of blockers right there to bring them to a stop. Only a 1-yard gain.
Yeah,
but that looked like it was that would have been set up for a nice pickup.
And you're seeing this short passing game that they're trying here now a bit more. You wonder if maybe, well, it looks like the drizzle's kind of come to a stop here.
I don't think the rain is much of a factor, but I wonder if they're just like Flatmeyer's just not finding the targets deep downfield, and I guess they just want to kind of chisel away here to get the yardage that they know they can get. Hornets send some pressure. Flatmeyer runs his way out of it, and the ball is coughed up. It's a fumble. And there's a bunch of white jerseys on top of it, and a bunch of blue golds jump on top. They're going to try to peel the pile away. Oh, man. Blue Golds get it back. It looked like Martinez had it in his hands, but that, thanks to the fumble, Blue Golds pick up the 1st down. Oh, my gosh.
That right there, and that's one, too, where maybe Martinez came down with it, but that ball can change hands a few times in the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, you ask anybody that played, I don't care what division it is, anybody that played college ball, there's some pretty bad stuff happens at that pile. Lots of pinching, lots of poking, anything to get that ball back. Hargrove up the middle. Healy jumps on top of him, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd down.
So you're seeing Colby getting good defensive pressure, and there, again, Aquinas getting a little lucky on that fumble. If Flatmeyer is stopped where he was, that was 4th down.
Yeah,
he
no
was
kidding.
Stopped short, and then the fumble brought it forward.
Yeah, exactly right. So 4 wideouts, 2 on the top, 2 at the bottom. Hargrove in the backfield with him. Quick pass to number 14, and finally gets stopped. He's short of the 1st down marker. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. Pass completed. Let's see here. Pass completed to Cole Keppel. You know what? I'm going to have to highlight his name. I didn't even bother highlighting his name for preparing for this game. But he has been quite the target here for Flatmeyer. 1 lone receiver at the top of the key. It's going to be a direct snap to Hargrove. Goes up the middle and just lowers the shoulder. Healy finally brings him down, but not after he gains about 5 or 6 yards on the play. First down, Blue Golds.
Just good play design there. Just that, again, that direct snap. A lot of blockers. Good old student body left.
There you go. Martinez is going to scamper off the field. Lots of personnel change right here for both sides. Flottmeyer is going to be back in the quarterback position and tells Kelvin, get back in your running back spot. And it's going to be handoff to number 28. Big block. It's got open expanse. It finally gets brought down. Chased down by Isaac Rotz. Looks like about a 12 or 12-yard gain. Picks up another first down. Here comes Aquinas.
And Tevin Rue was right there. I think it was Tevin Rue. Yeah, Tevin Rue was right there at the point of attack. He got leveled.
He got lit up. Shotgun formation here. 2 wideouts. It's going to be a handoff back to number 28.
Well, that's coming back.
And Steve, you see something?
Flag came in.
A flag right there, right by Healy.
They form tackled Caden Healy at the point of attack. I mean, that was...
David Malin looked like he got that way too easy.
Yep. Yeah, that is the kind of tackle you teach your defensive players.
It literally was a tackle.
Oh, he tackled him. Straight up tackled him. I mean, that's one that I'm surprised you didn't see more laundry on the field because I think every ref on the field probably could have seen that.
They're throwing handkerchiefs now. First down and a long ways to go. Hornets enjoying that penalty right there.
Regis starting to pull away 26-8 now.
Wow. We'll see if Edgar can dive deep into the playbook, but wow. Wow. But back to our ball game. There's the snap. Flottmeyer going to roll to his right. Looks back to his left. Looking for Colin, and it's up in the air, and it's incomplete. Pass is broken up by Rolbita, and, man, that's a long ways. Who is that? Tevin Rue?
Yeah.
Yep, Tevin Rue. Basically, either Tevin and Rolbita, they just jumped into him when they knew that ball was coming into his hands.
Yeah, Rolbita right there and waited. As soon as he touched the ball, gave him a good hit and dislodged it. That was very good defense there.
When that ball was up in the air, I'm like, uh-oh, Colin's going to come down with it. But Rolbita closed the gap fast on him. They love setting that Malin in motion. Here comes Voss and knocks the pass down. Again, uncontested, and he's got wheels on him. Just runs right at Flottmeyer. Voss just knocks it down.
One of those offenses when you're trying to release that guy, but they're releasing him too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of want to slow them down just enough so that they can't just immediately get in. But they're releasing one guy almost immediately. And
they got 2 wideouts at the bottom. 3 minutes and 30 seconds until halftime. Here's the snap. Flottmeyer drops back to pass. Healy's chasing him. Knocks down a blocker. Flottmeyer flushed out of the pocket. And finally, Rue cuts him down. Back to the original line of scrimmage at the 19-ish yard line. And that's 4th down. Wow, what great pressure by Healy.
And Healy was looking at the sideline and the official. He was looking for a hold on that one. I don't think it was there, but good blocking on Healy was the only thing that kept him from absolutely leveling Flottmeyer.
Yeah, Healy had him dead to rights, and then he got chipped just a little bit, just enough to hold him back. Blue Golds are going to be going for it. You can hear the Hornet fandom knocking on the bleachers. It's rumbling. The stadium is getting loud from the visitor section. 4th down. Flottmeyer looking a little jumpy, trying to catch the Hornets off guard.
To jump.
And the Hornets hold still.
And Aquinas forced to take the time out.
Oh, man. What a stare down that was. Holy smokes. I would dare say, I'm looking down at the stadium, and if my wife can remember, there was a few St. Croix Falls people that said that they wanted to attend. And I'm looking off to the left that's not sitting by the Colby people. And It's a lot of blue and white colored apparel.
That's
a long trip for
I was
them.
gonna say that's not a short trip. I mean, you made the trip from Colby up there last week.
But did they not say, some of them were going to say that they wanted to try to make it down for this game?
Some of them said they'd be rooting for Colby then.
I mean, I would say this is probably the third or fourth best game in the state today.
What would be better than this game?
You got McWanago Muskego tonight.
The battle, the M&M Bowl.
That's a huge one. You've got Sun Prairie East and Kettle Moraine. That's a huge one. So I'd probably say this is third. Only because you got Prairie du Chien and Notre Dame got pushed to tomorrow. That was going to be a really good one just down the road a bit.
Well, there you go. Here we go. Here come the Blue Golds once again. You could feel the Hornet fandom from way up here. Snap. Flatmeyer's looking to his left. Looks back into the middle, and it is completed. Oh, wide open. Gets the touchdown on a 4th down. And Logan Becker ropes it in. Wheezy caught off guard. Actually, that was Tevin Rule was caught off guard, and he bit in. And then, number 17 got behind him, Logan Becker. Touchdown.
Perfect play design again. And that's the thing Colby's had issues with, is when you got to cover 3, 4, 5 receivers in a pattern like that.
Yeah, Logan Becker. First time that we called his name out tonight.
And they go back into that. Oop, looking to throw
Calvin
out of
is
it.
looking to throw, but he's not going to find
Flag
anybody.
comes in.
Knocked out of bounds.
I think we're gonna.
That was a swat and a half by Meyer, but there's a flag down.
Early flag. I think that might be holding against Colby.
Really?
Nope, it's against Aquinas.
There you go.
Offensive pass interference. Don't see that called too often.
Yeah, no kidding. What was going on there?
I think I saw a Hornet down. I think somebody got pushed on that play, and
They were trying to do a pick.
Trying to do a pick, an illegal pick apparently. So
there you go. 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here until halftime. Aquinas strikes back. 20. Your Hornets 14. Well, and we're back. Man, we're still thinking back on that play, that clutch play by the Blue Golds. Hornets had the momentum on the defensive side. They had them at 4th down, and, they just, like you said before, they got quite the lineup of a lot of speed. So they just said, let's dial up number 17.
A lot of speed and a lot of guys they can put out into the formation.
Flatmeyer kicks it up into the air. Robita. He's got a lot of yards on kickoffs. Makes a couple of guys miss. He's still running. Brings it to the 40-yard line. Holy cow. Scampers for a hearty 38 yards. 38 yards?
Yeah, I put it about that.
Sure, there you go. Great field position. First down, Colby.
And that's going to be huge with 3 minutes left. Leaves the playbook pretty much all open.
Colby pretty much should be able to finish this quarter out, if it all goes well.
And they get the ball to start the second.
There you go.
Or the second half.
Huge possession here for the Hornets. Here's the pitch out to Healy. Healy's like, boy, where'd all the green grass grow? Where'd all the green grass go? Gains himself about a yard. And it's going to be spotted at the 40-yard line. A gain about a 1 for Healy.
Not much grass here.
Actually, no, they're not going to. Actually, the ref is going to walk back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Yeah, a little less grass than Colby's used to here.
A little bit, yeah. Not so much grass, but a little bit of turf. A lot of green, I should say.
A lot of green.
Yeah, there you go. Colby generally plays on a more longer cut grass, whereas this is not that. It's going to go to Healy on the right-hand side, and why not? Makes the first guy miss. Gets a couple of blocks. Scampers out of bounds. They're going to push him out of bounds at about the Okay, one guy's at the 45. One guy's like, oh, it looked like the 46. Second down and 5 to go. Third down and 4 for the Hornets. Whew, this is a big play right here.
Huge play.
There's not much time that's gone off the clock. It's 2 minutes and 57 seconds right now.
Because you don't want to give Aquinas the ball back 2 timeouts with 3 minutes left, because they have the capability going right down the field.
Absolutely. Especially now that they got the lead. They're playing with the winds to their back. Here comes Rue. See if he makes the first man miss, and he does. Big spin move. Scampers for a solid 8-ish yard gain. First down, Colby. Stitchin passing the ball off, saying like, here, hurry up, spot that. Ooh, what a sick spin move by Tevin Root. That's why they call him Sweetness. Oh, man, it is... If you're watching this game and you got the green and gold on, send the good vibrations our way. Hornets are trying to drive here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Healy and the play flag. All right, if somebody moved out of their lucky spot out of the lazy boy chair, you go back and sit down. You just jinx that play. 5-yard penalty, going to set them back a little bit. And time is going to keep ticking away. Little over 2 minutes remaining here. Hornets have all of their timeouts, however.
Not sure why the clock should be...
Shouldn't they have respotted that time? Or stopped it?
I believe so.
It's going to go to Healy. It's a pass. It's going to go short. Oh, actually it gets into his hands. And there's 2 flags go flying for Robita. It looked like the ball was short, but it actually looked like it hit him in the hands.
Hit him in the hands, but they just decked him. I mean,
They didn't even turn around to look at that ball. They just pushed him right over.
You don't have to turn around to look for the ball, but you can't push him beforehand. And that's going to be the penalty. So that's going to set them. That's going to set
Hornet up with some great position, and with just enough time remaining.
I should give them just enough for the first down.
So we're all patiently waiting here.
Because it was 1st and 10, then the false start, and then the 15 yards. They should get the first down here.
First down, Colby. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
And clock stopped here with 2:04. So.
What an interesting play right there.
Yeah, a little trickeration.
Trickeration indeed. It's going to go up the middle to Hamer. It snakes his way. Still not brought down. Wet noodles his way for about, what is that, a 3-yard gain.
3, yeah. Good 3 yards there.
Second down and 7 to go.
And you're not in a range where you got to, worry too much about the clock just yet, Colby. All 3 timeouts.
Well, you think that you would start getting worried about, like, what, at a minute? Minute 20?
I think at this point you're looking more 30 seconds.
Really?
Get this clock run down. Don't give Aquinas a chance.
And now goes to Healy up the gut and gets himself, looks like about like 2 yards on the play. Third down and about 4 to go. Oh, boy. Do they call a timeout? They have not called a timeout. 1 minute and 13 seconds.
I don't think you want to here because you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to give Aquinas too much time left.
Tight formation. It's going to go to Rue towards the near sideline and gets gobbled up. Number 54 just blew up the blocking scheme right there. That was Shane Willenberg.
And
4th down.
And Rue is hurt.
Rue is still on the ground. He is the number 3 back and the leading receiver on this squad. And, yeah, he's still... Let's hope it's a cramp. Maddie from UWSP, home of the Pointers, saying, Tevin, is it your foot?
Tevin, did you eat your bananas today?
Tevin, is your sock cramming up in your shoe?
He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's slow to get up, finally gets up.
He's
trying to walk under his own power. Yeah, he's in a lot of pain. He is indicating his foot. Martinez and Voss are going to carry him off. Tevin, even though he's at 5'7", that kid fights with a lot of heart, and he has got quite the motor on him. And we'll wait to see if maybe it's something minor or if he's going to be out for a while in this ball game. Voss coming into the ball game along with Martinez. It's 4th down.
And they're going to punt.
And Colby is not, it looks like Colby's not going to take any chances right here. They are going to try to pin the Blue Gold's back. It's 4th down and 7 to go. Snap is good. Brost taking his time. And it's a home run in a silo. Whoa, and it takes a decent bounce. That did not go too far down at the 21-yard line.
No, that did not. I think he was trying to pop that one up a little deeper, and I think it just kind of
did not drift like he was expecting it. No.
And you saw instantly the Aquinas players all running to the sideline to get out of bounds.
Don't touch it!
Yeah, and it got close. David, might have been Ortmeyer. I think it was 12. It landed not far from him.
Oh, well, that's what I was kind of thinking. I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of blue jerseys over there. 1st down and 10. Way spread out. Flatmeyer drops back to pass. Healy in his face, and he's going to get sacked. Roped down at the 5-yard line. And you kind of wonder, nobody's calling any timeouts.
Nope, I think they're going to let it.
It almost feels like that way. Like, I think each team is just like, yeah.
Yeah, Coach Lee is asking the official, yep, nope, they don't need to run another play, so.
So the last play of your first half, Healy blasts through and just smokes Floatmeyer. As we're going to wait for the final seconds here, Aquinas is jogging off. Hornets kind of lingering around. They're going to jog off the opposite way. And there we go. That's the end of your first half. And your score, the Blue Gold is hanging on to the lead with 20. Colby Hornets, 14. And I think we're going to go to some commercial breaks, but hey, don't go anywhere.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. And it is truck season, which means big savings. That's right, rebates are back. Stop on in and talk to one of our specialists, but we're focusing on the 2.7. Going on now behind me, we actually brought in a Chevy trainer to talk about those wonderful features of the 2.7 engine, and we want to be able to tell you all of those. Stop on in and talk to one of our sales consultants and hear about the great rebates going on now at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC.
living every day to the fullest, giving hugs and laughing loudly, bringing joy to those you love. Vaccines set us free to live openly. Schedule yours today.
Clinner Insurance of Northern Wisconsin is your qualified, experienced team for custom insurance packages for your vehicle, your home, and your family. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your family is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I'm standing here with Brian, our medium-duty sales manager, and he's got some exciting news for us. Brian.
Well, we've picked up the Western snowplow line as of the first of the year, and we've got our first order here of plows, sanders, and salters. We'd love to talk to you about what your needs are for this winter. Give us a call.
At Clinner Insurance, we know you want to protect your business. The Clinner Insurance team will help you choose the insurance package and plan that fits you and your business. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
I splooshed my phone in the road crater? Am I covered or no?
Well, hey Carm, you're never gonna believe this. A sturgeon just hit my Chevy. Am I covered or no?
Interesting. And yes.
I had a couple 30 packs explode in my garage. Am I covered or no?
I've been there before, bud. It's a sad day.
Oh. Aren't you two-time Rose Bowl champ Bill Ferrario?
Yeah, you better call Marshfield Insurance and ask for Premium Boy. Whether you're hitting fish
or hitting football players,
the agents at Marshfield Insurance have the answers.
With 100 years of working experience, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Whether you're looking for a new home, recreation land, or a place to start your new business, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Stop into either of their convenient locations on West Broadway Avenue in Medford or North 4th Street in Abbotsford, or find them online at c21dairyland.com to find out more. Century 21 Dairyland Realty, a proud supporter of local athletics.
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we are here to help you with your local home needs. Whether it's your first house, or your dream house, or your last house, Fairway is here for you. We care about our customers because they are not only our neighbors, but our friends. We are a locally owned mortgage company, and we pride ourselves on helping better our community and our customers. If you would like to learn more about your home options, please give me a call today at 715-384-7878.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
I absolutely feel that Tiger Lily is getting a great education with RVA. She is challenged and she's not bored. She enjoys her classwork.
I love the teachers. The teachers are the best part. My teachers are very friendly and they're easy to reach out to when I need help with an assignment. The teachers are always there when you need help.
What I love about RVA is the flexibility first, but second is that Tiger Lily is so happy with this school, with her teachers, and with what she's learning. It's awesome.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. And it is truck season, which means big savings. That's right, rebates are back. Stop on in and talk to one of our specialists, but we're focusing on the 2.7. Going on now behind me, we actually brought in a Chevy trainer to talk about those wonderful features of the 2.7 engine, and we want to be able to tell you all of those. Stop on in and talk to one of our sales consultants and hear about the great rebates going on now at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC.
RVA has helped me learn by giving me more hands-on activities.
I can watch his writing develop. He has confidence to ask questions of his teachers if he doesn't understand. He's composing his own schedule, which is a lot like what a young adult is going to need to learn how to do, and he's learning that at 11.
My favorite part about being in the RVA is all the amazing clubs. I get on some clubs and then I realize that there are so many people like me.
Our experience in the RVA has been wonderful. The teachers are extremely supportive and Simon really seems to enjoy it and is making friends, and he's more socially active now than he was in a traditional school.
Something I want other kids to know is that even though it seems like you're not going to make friends, you actually are. I like how the RVA provides an environment that more suited to my needs.
Clinner Insurance, we know you want to protect your business. The Clinner Insurance team will help you choose the insurance package and plan that fits you and your business. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
Are you ready for a faster and easier mortgage process? Tap Lending combines the speed and efficiency of technology and people, and a great local bank. The perfect combination for your mortgage.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC. And it is truck season, which means big savings. That's right, rebates are back. Stop on in and talk to one of our specialists, but we're focusing on the 2.7. Going on now behind me, we actually brought in a Chevy trainer to talk about those wonderful features of the 2.7 engine, and we want to be able to tell you all of those. Stop on in and talk to one of our sales consultants and hear about the great rebates going on now at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Well, maybe you can hear me. Maybe you're running over to the fridge, or maybe you're just getting maybe you're getting a refresher for some popcorn or some snacks. But hey, let's do like a quick halftime breakdown. I got Steve sitting right next to me. So why don't you? Do you want to start with our impressions of the game so far, or do you want to start out with some scores?
Let's look at a few scores here.
You didn't write them down, did you?
I didn't write them down. Division 7, Regis leading Edgar 33-8. Edgar, the only other Merriwood team left in the playoffs this year.
Ouch.
Drop up a division. Division 6, Stratford leading Grantsburg 21-0 at the half. And then in the one that we care about the most, Southern Door and Kewanee. Southern Door leads 12-7. Winner of this game plays the winner of that game for a trip to Madison.
We got two tight ball games here in the same half of the bracket.
And
isn't that interesting?
Division 5 was very deep this year.
Very.
I mean, first off, you have two defending state champions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously they're both here.
Playing against each other.
Playing against each other. You have, the only thing, you've got a lot of good teams out on the eastern side of the state. Obviously, Colby, familiar with Southern Door, played them last year.
Yep.
A little bit different Southern Door team this year than last year. They had some coaching carousel issues over the course of the year there at Southern Door, but they seem to have gotten it together.
Yeah, I was hearing that.
Kewanee, a perennial power in D5. I know Stratford, when they were more in D5, they saw them a lot.
Really?
In some playoff games, but taking a look at a few, I was going to try and poke around. That's the only D5 scores I've seen. Going to poke around the Twitters a little bit, see what else we can come up with, but your thoughts on...
Well, so right before I start into that, so the Colby Hornets are coming back onto the field, and Tevin Rue has his helmet on, and he's not jogging, but he is out there with the team, and he's going to be doing some warm-ups.
Might have just been a bit of a twist, something that you kind of just have to walk off a little bit. So hopefully that's the case, and he's able to go. Looking for him out there right now, and is he in the stretch?
He's actually going to the far sideline right now. He's going to go over by the personnel, and actually, yeah, he's hanging tight with where the quarterbacks are. So we'll see.
Yeah, still a bit of a limp there.
So we'll see how that progresses. But, well, Steve, since you're asking, tight ball game. I think we all kind of knew that this was happening, but you were mentioning before that with this tight ball game, this is very reminiscent of that Colby-Durand game. Colby was down going into half.
Colby was down going into half. Same situation. They got the kickoff to start the second half. Long drive. Obviously, a little bit different offense Colby was running last year with, Brent Jeske.
We don't know what to do. Give it to Brent.
Yeah, pretty much. But at the same time, this is a team that has been in these situations in the past, and that's the biggest thing. Both of these teams have played these kind of big games, so it's not like either of these teams are going to have the headlights, oh my God, what's going on? They've both been in these situations.
Yeah, I was to say, the stare down is probably going to continue. I mean, Colby Hornets obviously would have loved to have the lead, with even if it was by a point, but you're right. They're not slouches. They can take a lot.
Yep, it's really going to be the second half is who does the other thing better. For Colby, can they get a couple of those big passes like we saw in the first half again? That was a huge part of kind of keeping this game close. And for Aquinas, can they get the running game going? Passing game hasn't quite been there as much as you would expect from Aquinas, but can they get that running game going to kind of pull some of that pressure off the passing game?
Yeah, and I guess for me, when you were talking about, what can the other team do better, or which one's going to do something better, you wonder how the play calling is going to be on the Hornets side. Because I imagine the pass is still going to be about as much as you were seeing in that first half. Unexpectedly high amount, but highly effective. But now, are you going to see, this typical, let's try it to the left, let's try it to the right? Are we going to see, screen passes? Are we going to see where this team can kind of dig down deep more into the playbook? Or, you know what? Is Robbie Smazel just going to make some minor tweak and adjustments to just say, you know what? Let's keep grounding and pounding this thing.
And I think that's going to be your strategy for Colby. Ground and pound, and then off the play action. Where you got to remember the big Healy touchdown came off play action. There was one other big pass play to Robita on that touchdown where he was wide open. Play action. Aquinas is having to commit almost everybody to stop the run right now for Colby. So if Colby can get them to bite on that play action, that's going to be huge.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, we're getting to the final moments here, so let's go to our fan commentary to Mrs. O.
Yes. I thought you were leading.
This is so I want to hear your perspective. So how is this ball game sitting with you so far? You got a lot of butterflies going?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a little nervous for some of the ball players out there?
Well, it's a tense game. It's very back and forth. Defenses are both scrappy, holding each other. I don't think this is anything that Colby can't handle, though. I feel like we've been in
hot take.
We've been in more tense games before, and we've come out on top. And now it's starting to mist a little bit, which I think could be to Colby's advantage. So I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen in the second half.
And just like that, as soon as they got the teams out here to do the kickoff, the rain just kind of kicked on. You can't really see it through the camera, but like we can see it through the lights. It's a mist that's coming down. Now it's coming into a drizzle, and the wind, well, at least up top, picking up just a little bit, but looks like the rain is slowly coming.
And that's going to be huge for Colby because, that ball's going to get a little slick.
You got to protect it a little bit better. Oh, look at that! So Flotmeyer with the kickoff, and Healy's goes over his head, and he's like, let's see where this goes. And it bounces out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty on the kickoff. Then the ball's going to be spotted at the 40?
35.
35-yard line. I thought it was at the 40.
Nope, it's 40 in the pros, 35 in high school.
Ew. Well, there you go, folks.
And that was one, you saw it. I don't know how well you could see it on camera, but Healy pulled that hand in real quick when he saw the spin. Because if he touches that and then it goes out of bounds, it's at the spot.
Oh, interesting.
So he pulled that hand back in, let it spin, and got a few extra yards out of it.
High football IQ right there. Ref is like, I don't want this football.
Nope, got to get the right team's football in.
Well, there you go. Here comes Colby's football. Colby's starting off the half with the ball first. Let's see what they can do with it. Healy is going to go on the outside, try to follow some blockers, and blasting through is Calvin Hargrove. They could not stop that kid. And Healy fights back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
Actually loses a yard on the play.
I mean, it went backwards. 2nd down and 11. He had some more out in front.
Yep.
But Hargrove just flashed right through. No response yet for that kid.
Nope. And it's one of those guys that sometimes you just have to run the plays away from him.
Mm-hmm. So where does Hargrove line up? Hargrove is, I think he's a linebacker right there, isn't he? So it's going to go up the middle to Healy, and he stiff arm. Picks up another couple of yards, and wow, just short of the 1st down marker. Scampers all the way to the 44-yard line. Now it's 3rd down and 1. Yeah, excellent blocking there for the Hornets.
Tried to cut that one, and heel just caught the white.
You're right. That was gosh darn close.
Very close.
3rd down and, whoa, really short to go. Hornets bunch up tight. Hamer up the gut. Spin move. Drags a few defenders. Still on his feet. Finally, the refs blow the whistle. He picks up the 1st down and then some. Gets into blue gold territory. 1st down, Colby.
And there again, that's a guy that isn't going to show up a lot on the stat sheet than total yards or anything.
Hamer?
I mean, he will, but so much of that is impactful yards. Those 3-4 there, the 3-4 on 1st down that get you on schedule on the play.
Yeah, you're right. Statistically, it's not a glamorous position, but his contribution is instrumental for drives. Let's pick up that hard-fought 3 or 4 yards.
So we keep playing musical footballs here between the sidelines. I think somebody got the wrong football, and it keeps going back and forth.
Ay, Dios mío. Let's get our act together out there. It goes to Healy, tries to bounce it to the outside, slips down, but actually gets pulled down. Number 54. We've been calling his number a couple of times. Shane Willenbring Jr. at, holy smokes, 6'5", 240? Man, get that kid on a hay bale rack. He could do some chores on the farm at that size. Holy cow. Rain is coming down a little bit heavier now. It's, as Forrest Gump would say, not big old rain, but it's coming down a little bit thicker. That field looking a little bit more wet. Meyer drops back to pass, gets flushed out, pressure in his face, and he throws it out of bounds just to get it away. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
That's going to be intentional grounding.
He wasn't out of the pocket?
I don't know. The flag's down about in the area of intentional grounding, unless it's a hold.
Because it's side to side, right?
Yeah.
Like the side hashes.
But either way, you have to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right.
So the officials, long discussion here on this one. They might be picking it up.
Where'd that flag go? It's behind me.
Nope, he's coming back. Yep, no, intentional grounding.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
That's going to be 5 yards from the spot. So, not what
Meyer,
Colby...
Well, yeah, Meyer had a lot of pressure in his face, and I thought, he must have thought, like, man, if I can only get that away.
I think he saw the gold helmet over there, except he didn't see the blue jersey underneath it.
Yeah, this is, if somebody had to describe on radio, Don in the gold helmet, you got to be really more specific than that. Meyer going to drop back to pass. He's going to have pressure. Scampers away, fires it over to Wheezy. And, man, almost picked off by David Malin. Or Malin. Malin the Marlin. And it's incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down and forever.
And that was just Meyer running for his life, trying to get rid of it. And luckily, it fell incomplete.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hornets get the ball first to start the game. Can't do much with it. So they're going to be kicking it back to Aquinas. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Oh, that's always a good thing. Here comes Brost. It's quiet down there. Snap is good. And he line drives it. Kicks it over the top. What a great bounce. It's going to get fielded by Colin. Fake handoff. Scampers up the sideline after
Flag
getting hit.
in,
And the flag is down.
Yeah, that's on Aquinas.
Yeah, that is...
It was a big gain by Colin, but it looks like it's going to get negated.
That was a textbook block in the back.
Yeah, can't do that.
Clip that one out, put it in the ref handbook.
So now, is that a 5-yard penalty?
It's 10 yards from the spot, so it'll be... it might be half the distance here.
If it's in with... Actually, well, if it's... Yeah, where are they going to spot this?
So it'll be from where the flag is. So I think it'll be half the distance. It'll be inside the 10 either way.
Well, as we wait to see where the ball is going to be spotted, let's give a quick shout out to the sponsors that are bringing you this live broadcast. Short Lane Egg Supply, located in Colby, Wisconsin, for all your agriculture needs. Century 21 Dairyland Realty. You know what? You need a house, sell a house, give them a ring. Bob's Dairy Supply. You got to get the milk out of the moo cows somehow. And Meyer Do It Best Lumber in Dorchester. You know what? Let's build that she shed for the wife. You can get the lumber from up there in Dorchester, Wisconsin. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to go on the outside, and they got some great blocking, and finally he gets knocked down. Going to be knocked down by Mateo Lopez. He's in the game. How about that? Carried by Zachary Malin. And, man, they got a lot of breathing room right now. First down, Blue Gold. It's on a run.
And that, again, just good blocking there on the edge. Sprung him loose.
Mateo Lopez is in the game. Probably has been in the game. I just noticed him. Up the middle to number 3. Scampers to the 40-yard line. That's their second first down of the drive. That's going to be carried by Mr. Kyle White. Hornets on their back heels right now. Colby's got to be thinking like, man, we got to halt this thing here, yo. Hagan said it in the interview before where he prides himself they got a defense that can give up. He gives up the yards, but they can bend, but won't break. So we'll see how this turns out.
Another good run.
Number 28 on the ball carry. Great run there by David Malin. And that's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down marker, but it's second down and manageable as they are inching their way to the 50-yard marker. Hornets looking to see if they can get a stop here. Less than 9 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Flotmeyer. And it's going to be another handoff up the middle. Hornets not fooled. And Healy and Mateo knocking him down. And that brings down David Malin. And no gain. Loss of a yard on the play. Third down and 3-ish to go.
This is a big third down.
Huge.
Huge.
Everybody sit down in your lucky spots. Right now. Flotmeyer. Handoff. And he's going to get stopped! Way to go! Whatever lucky spot you're sitting on that couch, you're staying parked there all night, buddy. Isaac Rotz with the big stop against David Malin. Bringing up fourth down and 4 to go.
And it looks like they're going for it. Nope, now they're going
to
drop them back.
Steve, the quarterback, also punts.
And that's an advantage you have in the kicking game as well, is you have that ability to maybe call a fake out of this with your quarterback back there.
Hornets are playing this like as if there was going to be a fake. Blue Golds punt it. Gonna take, looked like it was going to take a curve for the Hornets, but instead it dribbles out to the 13-yard line, and that's where the Hornets are going to get to work.
Well, they survive.
Here we go.
We'll stay.
Oh, you know what? Steve's like, hey, listen, let's keep talking.
And again, the bend don't break defense. You kind of mentioned it earlier. They give up some big plays, and then they kind of shut it down, tighten up around it. But another long field. But then again, last time Colby was this deep, we know what happened.
That's exactly right. You know what's really interesting to me is that I was expecting Flotmeyer to lock and load and get a short pass that worked so well for him in the first one, but it was all runs right there.
I think maybe with the weather, trying to keep the running game going is...
Here comes Hamer! Blasts up the middle. About a 4 or 5 yard gain, stopped at the 19-yard line. Bringing up second down for the Hornets. Looked like looked like Damon Lee and Kyle White on the stop.
And that was just pure power.
That was pure... Hamer time!
You joke a little bit about it being a wet noodle, but then when he needs to, he stiffens up and he just...
he brings down the Hamer hammer. Here comes Voss. Got some blocks. Cuts it into the middle. Ball comes out. It's on the turf. Blue Golds say that they have it.
And they do.
Oh, no. Aquinas gets it back. Voss on a great scamper. Ball coughs out.
I think he got hit from behind and just a perfectly placed little punch into the ball in it.
Voss usually doesn't get a heck of a lot of carries unless it's late in the game and the game is well in hand. But I imagine with Rue nursing that ankle of his a little bit, Voss is going to get a lot of carries and an uncharacteristic fumble. Did not see that coming. Flotmeyer, handoff goes up the middle to Hargrove and basically just runs over Zamora. And that's going to be a solid 5 yard gain, maybe 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
Interesting that Aquinas didn't try and throw something to the end zone there, kind of give that extra little punch off the turnover.
The water coming down even more. It's
I think that might be the reason.
You ever go to the grocery store and all you want to do is just pick up a little bit of broccoli, but it won't stop misting? Up the middle goes Hargrove. Stopped short of the first down marker. It's about a yard or two to go to that first down. Third down. But anyway, you ever go grocery shopping and it's like the misters come on in the grocery aisle and then they just won't shut off? That's basically what we're seeing right now.
For sure.
Tight formation for Aquinas, and it's a direct snap, and it's going to go up the middle and a gain of about 3 or 4 yards, and it's enough to gain the first down. And they're inside the 20. First down, Blue Golds.
And the interesting thing with that play, and I just noticed it, because I'm like, okay, you can see the situation change, but Flotmeyer is actually the wide receiver out here on the near side in that
That was
formation.
Colin, I think, got the direct snap on that
Yep.
one, huh? Colin, we know
Calvin
we know your
Hardgrove.
last name. Konzaminis. Handoff goes up the middle. Hargrove keeps the thing moving. Gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Second down. Ball at the 15. Konzamius. I said it right the first time, but it was so long ago. Steve, you were saying something.
Oh, just a little bit of extracurriculars there at the end with Oscar Zamora and one of the
Yeah,
blue
it's
goals.
getting chippy out there. Flotmeyer rolls out to his right, trying to find some wiggle room, and he does. Toes the sideline, and finally the Hornets push him out of bounds, but not before he gets within the... Oh, it's going to be 1st and goal for Aquinas. Ball at the 5.
And that was all Flotmeyer.
Mm-hmm. Just got on his horse, and he took off. Blue Goals looking to see if they could blow this game wide open.
Flotmeyer the wide out here to the near side.
Direct snap. Hargrove runs up the middle and no gain on the play. Martinez stops him cold. Second down.
You can see Colby starting to sell out on that power side where they got the 3 backs right behind the line, and then whoever it was, the running back, Hargrove, taking the snap. But wonder if sometime they'll snap and send Hargrove the other way.
I was going to say, yeah, that Hornet defense had an awful lot of confidence of like, nope, the ball's going this way. Now, this is really interesting, though, because it's like we haven't seen any passing, and this is what Colby Hornet fandom has been begging for all game. But Aquinas is just moving the ball easily here. It's going to be a handoff up the gut to 3 and say hello to Caden Healy. Gains about 1 yard. Kyle White gets a whiteout from the white jerseys from the Hornets. 3rd and goal.
Nice stop here, and I think we'll see him go to the air here. They're going to hurry it up.
Yep, exactly. I felt that one in the fillings in my teeth. They got 4 receivers. Flotmeyer rolls to his right, tries to find open receiver. Healy almost has him, shakes his way out of it. Voss can't bring him down. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up by Robita. Incomplete. The Hornets hold and bring it to 4th down. It's 4th down territory. They ain't going to kick it.
No.
I don't even know if they know how to kick a ball.
They do a little bit.
They do?
Not through the uprights, but I mean,
holy smokes, what a defensive play there by the Hornets.
And give credit to the Aquinas offensive line. We talked about it with that one run from Healy, not holding when the whole play changes direction like that.
Hornets are getting loud in the fan stadium right there. And it goes up into the air. Well out of bounds. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Hornets hold them back. It's still a 1-score game. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, my.
Oh, that was, again, waiting for that ball to come down and then hitting it out of the hands. Not trying.
Robita's doing an excellent job getting face up against Colin. He's basically, with the exception of that one score and another pass, Robita's kept him in check.
As we see our friends from the booth on screen in the reflection.
Who are we seeing?
I think we're seeing some of the coaches.
Oh. Deep in their own territory are the Hornets, and the ball or the handoff goes up the middle, and Healy's trying to get some wiggle room here, and he gets the ball. It's a half-yard gain. Ball spotted at the 5. 2nd down.
Yep, that's one downside of having the solid glass in front of us.
I know, we're protected from the elements as the rain has not relinquished, and that mist is getting mistier. But, yeah, if anybody ever is up in the press box with me at Colby, I take all the windows out. I don't care what it is. Those windows are out. But here, nope. I feel like a ladybug trying to get into the house before winter. Handoff up the middle. Hammer! He's going to reach and picks up the first down. Gets it to the 16-yard line. First down, Colby. What a run.
That was just power.
That was all heart and power. You know what? Those wet noodles before they're cooked, you can't bite into them. He was definitely... Honey, what's a really hard noodle to bite in? Like a really wavy one? Lasagna?
Sure, yeah.
Rigatoni?
Oh, penne. Penne is a pretty thick one. Yep.
Healy is on the near sideline. Doesn't find a lot of room, and he gets stood up by number 74, Henry Sudi. Senior, 6'2" at 2 feet. Jeepers cripes! You know what? There's a lot of people on a farm that could be like, you know what? I could use those kids. Big kids out there.
And they're not, a lot of times at this level you'll see some big kids, but they're usually a little bit slower. These guys are quick.
Absolutely. Second down for the Hornets. It's a pass. Meyer flies it to Hamer. He's in open space. It's a foot race. It finally gets dragged down, and there's a flag on the play.
They're gonna get it for the horse collar. So that's going to be another 15 tacked on top of it.
Gets roped down at about the 49-yard line and tack on another penalty. First down, Colby. He was wide open. He was so wide open, Steve. He was saying, it must be my birthday. But yeah, you're right. That was the only thing that defender had left.
Yep. It was either that or give up a touchdown. So it wasn't a bad, I wouldn't say it was a bad move by any stretch by Aquinas there to do that.
Hamer is throwing his arms up saying, I can't hear you. And the student section trying to respond in kind. And Mrs. O pointed out before, I'm looking at the student section for the Blue Goats and the student section for Colby. There's more students watching the Hornets than there are kids from Aquinas. Here comes the pitch. Here's the cut. Healy dragging people. Cross the 30. Second down and short. Hard fought run. Mateo is playing on offense now. Is your mic up? Oh, it's down. Nope, keep it up, honey. Mateo coming out now and Meyer coming back in.
We saw Mateo early in the season kind of filling in that Hamer role, but I think Ivan Hamer kind of took that over with his play during the season.
With the magic hips of his. It's an high formation. Robita down below. Handoff up the middle. And Hamer, the Blue Golds are acting excited because they just got themselves another fumble. Hornets were driving and Hamer loses the ball. And the Blue Golds are going to get it at about the 26-yard line. Oh, what a gut punch right there.
That was a tough one.
He was fighting to get that extra yardage, and somebody just came in and just punched
it out. And
punched it out.
And we've seen Aquinas do that where they kind of hold the player up to try and get that ball out. But
so we got quite the defensive rat-a-tat going. David Malin is going to get the call, picks up about 2 or 3 yards. Hornets drag him down, second down. And that is going to, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. A defensive slug match to start the second half. 3 quarters in, 1 more to go. This is the matchup of the season. The reigning Division 5 champs versus the reigning Division 6 champs. And it's all that we expected it to be. We got 1 more quarter to go. Don't go anywhere.
With 100 years of working experience, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Whether you're looking for a new home, recreation land, or a place to start your new business, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Stop into either of their convenient locations on West Broadway Avenue in Medford or North 4th Street in Abbotsford, or find them online at c21dairyland.com to find out more. Century 21 Dairyland Realty, a proud supporter of local athletics.
everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I'm standing here with Brian, our medium-duty sales manager, and he's got some exciting news for us. Brian.
Well, we've picked up the Western snowplow line as of the first of the year, and we've got our first order here of plows, sanders, and salters. We'd love to talk to you about what your needs are for this winter. Give us a call.
Hey, and we're back. Blue Gold's getting to work. Fields are swapped. Flatmeyer gets the snap. Fires in the rain. Gets the completion. And Martinez drags him down. Kyle White gets the reception, but nowhere to go. Third down.
I think that's the first pass we've seen Aquinas throw in this half.
Yeah, absolutely. It's their first pass play to start the last half of this game. And Hornets, 2 turnovers. Blue Gold's no turnovers. So that's usually the Hornets pride themselves of getting the ball back several times. But does that mean that the Hornets are going to get themselves a lucky break here? Who knows? Third down. Big third down right here. Flatmeyer in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's going to be another pass play. Voss charges at him, but not before he gets the ball away. Oh my! Kyle White spin moves his way out of it, and then he finally gets chased down at the 20-yard line. Huge gain on a third down. First down for the Blue Golds. He shook off the defender right there. Voss came uncontested, and it was just like it was designed, and that guy was wide open.
That had the play, and I think that was that corner. It was a corner blitz, and you got to get there on that one because they left a guy wide open.
Mm-hmm. Voss was almost a Flatmeyer, but, he's a tall dude. He just has to throw over the top of him. Handoff goes to Malin. Gets around the edge and fights for that first down marker. He looks like about, 2 yards short of the 10-yard line. Second down. So Colby is in not just defense mode, but like red zone mode right here. Blue Gold's knocking on the door to see if they could get this into a 2-score lead. Hargrove dives forward. He'll pick up the first down. It's going to be first and goal for Aquinas.
And Aquinas going quick here.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time. They want to keep Hornets on their heels. They know that this defense could stiffen up at any moment here. Hargrove runs into a bunch of white jerseys, but he's going to push the pile a little bit more. And it's going to be second down and about 4 to go. And when I say 4 to go, it's not first down. It's end zone. Second down. Flatmeyer saying, my receivers are over here. There's the snap. Hargrove up the gut. Gets smashed. Gain about 2 yards. So it's going to be third down and goal. Third down and 2. Rain still going. Oh boy. Third down. Knocking on the doorstep. Looking to see if they can blow this game wide open. Goes to Malin. Cuts it up and gets smashed. Domer on a big tackle.
Give credit to Caden.
And Healy.
Caden Healy didn't get the tackle, but he forced him to cut back into the defense.
Healy smashed up that blocker, and Domer was like, thank you very much. Here comes a fourth down and goal. Can the Hornets hold? Flatmeyer's like, there's 3 coaches putting hands up. I don't know which one to listen to.
Oh. I'm pretty sure he knows which one to listen to.
Huge fourth down. Tries to catch the Hornets. Jumping off sides. Timeout called. 8 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Interesting to try that there because it doesn't really get them anything. It gets them 1.5 yards.
And no refresh downs?
You wouldn't refresh
Oh, because it's because it's goal
it's
to
an
go.
offside. So you just get the half the distance. So unless they think that 1.5 yards was really going to, I mean, the 1.5 yards is 1.5 yards. It's worth a try, but using a timeout here in the fourth quarter, that's kind of iffy.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, this game has been played out just what we all expected it to be. It's it's a big slug match right now. Colby giving up some big yards, but man, they are just sticking it to him when it counts.
And a little bit of confusion here. Flotmeyer having to come back and redo the signs with the coach.
Flotmeyer's like, why couldn't you just tell me to play in my helmet?
Don't quite have that tech yet here.
No, like, just whisper it to my ear.
No.
Wow, there's just players running all over the place. Ref trying to get out of the way. Keppel off to the far right. Snap. He rolls out to his left. Looking to see if he fights in the end zone. Jumps in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Aquinas.
Just turned himself into a missile and just dove. And he comes up with a little bit of a
I was going to say, Flotmeyer, he got rocked on that play, but not before he took that big, tall frame of his and just, like you said, he just launched himself.
Launched himself with basically complete disregard for his own health, and now he's going to come off. They're going to bring in the backup, Walter Burns.
This is going to be interesting to see if Flotmeyer is going to stay out permanently.
And this is a huge play here as well.
Yeah, 2-point conversion. Here it comes. Hargrove tries a side juke and fights in, and he gets it. 2-point conversion is good. 8 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in your ball game. The Blue Golds add on to their point total with 28. Colby Hornets, 14. Don't go anywhere.
With 100 years of working experience, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Whether you're looking for a new home, recreation land, or a place to start your new business, the team at Century 21 Dairyland Realty are ready to help you. Stop into either of their convenient locations on West Broadway Avenue in Medford or North 4th Street in Abbotsford, or find them online at c21dairyland.com to find out more. Century 21 Dairyland Realty, a proud supporter of local athletics.
Clinner Insurance of Northern Wisconsin is your qualified, experienced team for custom insurance packages for your vehicle, your home, and your family. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your family is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
All right.
And we're back. Colby, they're down big. It's their biggest deficit of the season so far. And it just happens to be level 3 play. And in the fourth quarter. Here comes the kickoff. Wow, it's a really shallow kick. Healy gets the ball. He's got some blockers. Let's see if he gets something made out of this and runs to the sidelines. Great opening field position here for the Hornets as the ball is going to get spotted at the 42-yard line. And that's where it gets set to work. First down, Colby.
And again, Flotmeyer, your kicker,
can't boom it downfield.
Can't boom it downfield like he did, and that gave Colby a huge advantage here. And they're going to need to score quick. Do have all 3 timeouts.
We have all 3 timeouts, but man, they need a bang, bang, bang. Just get down there and let's get this thing back within 7.
And they've been able to move the ball this half. It's just been the fumbles that have been the problem.
Yeah. It's the turnovers is what gets you. It's going to be a pass. Lots of traffic. Goes over Mateo's head. You know, and he had some blockers all ahead of him, but, you know, Kelvin, he was kind of waiting for Mateo. So Mateo's back out there on offense. Second down. Trying to set up a screen there, but Meyer had a lot of pressure in his face.
Yeah, again, same thing we've seen Aquinas had problems with. They just released those linemen a little too quick. And Tucker Meyer had everybody in on him.
Here come the Hornets. Trying to see if they can get this moving in a positive direction. Healy swings it to the right. Swings it far outside. Finds a lot of real estate and finally shoved out of bounds. There you go.
And it stops.
Gets a nice run there, and he gets shoved out of bounds, and he's going to be at the 36-yard line. First down, Colby. I'm sorry, Steve. I interrupted you.
And he stopped the clock. Got out of bounds, stops the clock. You know,
Matt, I've just been informed that a large portion of the Aquinas boys are farm boys, as you have said.
Who sent that?
Your friend Jason.
Oh, boy. That guy is like a homer. I think this was actually his alma mater. Mateo up the middle. Gain of about 2 or 3 yards. So Jason, who Sarah mentioned, that's Jason Cavadini. He's the state grazer for UW. So for the entire state. So if somebody is a grazer or wants to get into grazing, Jason's your guy. You want to get those moo cows to eat some grass on their own? He'll show you how to do it. But anyway, back to the ball game. Second down and manageable for the Hornets. We're past the 8-minute marker, 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Meyer going to drop back to pass. Launches it downfield, and it's going to go short. He had Healy, but underthrew him by 4 yards. Pass incomplete. He had him. Third down.
And then there again, you can start seeing the turf getting a little damp, and Healy just not quite having the footing there to cut back to that.
And it could have even been like that ball got a little bit slick. He couldn't, when that ball is slick, even if it's dried out, if those laces are slick, you can't get that extra oomph on it to make it really thrust more downfield. Goes to Healy. Has nobody in front of him. Jumps over Hargrove, but he trips him up just enough. Picks up the first down. Past the 20. And he gets him to the 17-yard line. First down, Colby. What a play.
Another D5 score update, actually a final. Mayville getting the win, so they advance on the opposite end of the bracket.
Against who?
That
was the M&M Bowl.
No, that was Mayville over Racine Lutheran.
Oh, sorry. Wow, good job, Mayville.
44-0.
Holy cow. Goes to Healy. Makes whoa, gets... It must be laundry day because he got his jersey yanked. Pulled backwards. Second down after a 2-yard gain. I guess it's a gain of 1.
No, you were right. It's 2. These officials have been...
I'm sorry, I overheard the announcer.
They were standing, the main official was standing at the 16, then he moved it to the 15. They're kind of holding it so that they can keep the ball as dry as possible.
Second down and 8. Hornets are driving. We're past 7 minutes now. 6 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. And I was going to say, flags are thrown. Looked like either we had a guy that moved or Aquinas had somebody jump. But there was a jump for the ball, and there's a Hornet that is on the ground yet, slow to get up, and it's Healy. Walks back. Offsides
and a false start is going to save the Hornets. Actually, that is a break because...
Why? Because that would have been a fumble?
It was a fumble, and I think Aquinas came up with it.
Interesting.
But they jumped.
The play's already blown dead at that point.
Yep. Yeah, false start. There cannot be a play if there's a false start. Mm-hmm. Play's blown dead. Play doesn't happen. That was a big point in a game. I think it was actually one of the Colby games.
You're right. Second down. Hamer gets it. Roped down. Brought to a stop by Shane Willenbring. Third down. And the Hornets went backwards on that one. Third down and long. With 6 minutes remaining. With a 2-score deficit.
These next 2 plays really are a ball game. You hate to do it this
early.
Thanks, Steve. You hate to do it this early, but Colby needs to get points here. And actually really need a touchdown.
Like the Just like what my wife says. It's all about who scores more points. Meyer going to drop back to pass. Launches it to nobody, and it goes incomplete. Mateo and Voss were within the vicinity, but either he overshot Voss or Mateo cut one way. I think it was meant for Voss, which he didn't have a spring on his guy, but overshot. Fourth down. Big fourth down.
And in big news, Jackson Flotmeyer comes back into the game.
Oh, how about that?
So Flotmeyer back out there.
Vigood in the game now. He's at the top. Meyer gonna pass. They need the yards. Fires it. Healy had it in his hands and it goes incomplete. Meyer had him, but Hargrove breaks it up at the last moment. Turnover on downs. 5 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. Blue Golds take over. Meyer had Healy.
Had him and just couldn't quite thread the needle. It was a tough needle to thread.
He put it right in between, but Healy had his hands on it. A little bit behind him, but Healy had his hands on it. But yeah, Hargrove was just way too close. Busts it up.
So,
what's wrong with busts it up? Go ahead. Why don't you say it to Mike if you want to talk so smart back there?
Buses it.
Yeah, buses it. Hargrove got on the bus and dropped off the ball for the Blue Goats offense. Kyle White's like, I don't want to run that way, and then finally brought to a stop. Refs are slow to blow the whistle when these runners are tied up.
Yeah, and that cost, that cost Colby
that costed us a fumble.
So
I mean, it's my personal opinion. Like, if you got like 4 dudes on that kid, probably blow the play because that's where kids get injured too. Everybody forgets about that when they're stood up like that. It just takes one kid to jump off to the side underneath his legs, and then you have 3 dudes land or push you down. No bueno.
No. For sure, as they're going to let this clock, they're going to let it run all the way down, 10-second hand up.
Yeah, why not? Like, Blue Golds are like, you know what? We've been rolling, but we do not want to give Hornets any kind of head of steam right here.
Nope, and they're not going to get the playoff in time.
Delay a game call. Right, Steve?
Yep, delay a game. Flotmeyer not looking... They ran a motion, and you got to run that earlier, and they were waiting, and I think maybe some confusion there on the play. But that's going to be a bit of a break for the Hornets. A little bit longer field here for Aquinas.
On this big long second down. 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in your ball game. The crowd is quiet. Hargrove up the gut. Sheds through a lot of tacklers, and he's still fighting. Finally brought to a stop at the 29-yard line. I'm trying to throw too many words in a sentence right there.
And that was 100% Colby going for the strip and not going for the tackle.
Absolutely. They were trying to get that ball out, and Hargrove was just spinning out of him, and then he threw 2 hands on it. Yeah, Colby is they're just trying to get that ball back.
So big third down.
No turnovers for the Hornets yet in this game. Aquinas with 2. Slips on the turf. Malin punches the turf like he's trying to blame it on the grass. Ball is going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. 4th down.
Yeah, that one, Turf Monster got him.
Nom, nom, nom.
You'll get that on this type of artificial turf where your foot just catches a little deeper into the rubber and the sand than normal. And
if I am not mistaken, when it gets wet, it does get slick.
It gets very slick on the surface. Once you get the cleats into the substrate underneath, but if you're floating on the top, it is very slippery.
Here comes the punt. Up into the air. They need a big return. Robita sheds one tackler. Actually, he doesn't shed the tackler. Brought to a stop at the 35-yard line. Hornets. They're going to dig deep into that playbook. It's everything right here. They don't... there's not a whole lot of time, but they got to dig deep right here.
I think here is maybe where you use a little bit of Mateo Lopez's speed and do a reverse from Healy. Hand to Healy, Healy hands to Lopez, see if you can get the defense streaming to one side.
And they need a quick score, and then they got to count on an onside kick.
You don't need an onside kick. You still got all 3 timeouts. If you can score without needing to use any of those, you could possibly get the 3 and out.
Delayed handoff, and not going to fall for that one. That's always been a great play for the Hornets, but the Blue Golds, they acted like they were just waiting for that one. Loss of 2 on the play.
And more importantly, clock runs. We're under 3 to play now.
Yep. Mateo and Robita on the near sideline. Healy in the backfield. Meyer going to drop back to pass. Looking downfield. He's going to get a lot of pressure. He gets brought down. Hargrove roped him down. And Brogan Tim. And goodness gracious. Where do they shop for these kids? This kid's 6'3", too. 210 pounds. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, and the time is still ticking. Hornets are running out of time.
I think it's all up and down the hills around here.
It must be.
Stretches them out a little bit.
3rd down and long to go. This is the last chance right here. It's going to be a handoff to Healy, trying to make some magic. Gain of 2 on the play. 4th down and forever. Heck, the Eagles did it against the Packers a long time ago.
Yeah, actually, they need to be 4 yards back. 4th and 24.
Okay. Oh, there you go. I remember that play. McNabb drops back, fires a prayer. Freddie Mitchell.
Yeah, we don't need to discuss that.
Yeah.
I'm having flashbacks right now.
All right, here's your ball game. Meyer steps up, rushed, brought down. Turnover on downs. And that's going to be Blue Gold's ball and time to do with what they like.
For all they need is 1st down to end it.
You're right. All they need is a 1st down to end it. Man, Hornets could not get any turnovers against the Blue Golds, but yet Aquinas capitalizes on 2.
And we can give an update. Aquinas will be taking on Kiwani. They win 15-12.
Tight ball game again.
Wow,
they beat Southern Door.
The
number 1 seed.
Stratford advances 27-7 over Grantsburg. So
Stratford, who are they going to play?
They will play the winner of St. Mary Springs or Coleman.
That will be a big ball game.
That's going to be a fun game next week.
Handoff up the middle to Mr. White. Not Mr. White from Breaking Bad, but...
Not Walter.
Not Walter.
Not Walter. That's
Kyle
White. And Colby not using their timeouts. I think they're going to let this one run out.
Colby's just going to let it go. Oh!
And if you're a Colby fan, and there'll be plenty of time to digest it, but you're going to look at those 2 fumbles. On a tough night.
Colby's been able to manage through turnovers, but you know what? Once you get to this high caliber of team, you can't give him an opportunity. Ball gets coughed out. And like I said, Blue Golds turned it into 2 touchdowns, and it reflects on the score, 2014. There's your first kneel down.
And they won't need to do another one. Hugs and handshakes all around. Probably, I'm willing to put money on it now that the winner of this game was probably going to end up in Madison. And
this was your state title game.
Yep. Some good teams in D5 in the southern part of the state, but these 2 teams battled to the end. And
I would dare, I'm telling you right now, Blue Golds are going to look back at this game and they're going to say this was the toughest team they played all season.
I mean, they play some tough teams in conference, obviously.
I mean, besides
conference games, yeah.
Because they played against, was it Westby? Division 3?
West Salem.
West Salem, sorry.
Yep.
And that is the end of your ball game. Hornets come in all the way down to La Crosse, and it was It was a defending state champs, but the number 5 falls to
Yeah, the Division 5 state champ falls to the Division 4 state. Division 6 falls to Division 5.
But what seed are we?
4.
Number 4 falls to number 3 seed. The Colby Hornets came roaring after that Auburndale game, and they were unstoppable and steamrolled over everybody. And now it was a battle of the gold helmets. Both teams had a huge resume, especially considering their massive successes as programs starting from last year. This was a clash of the Titans, but the Blue Golds flipped the script. They had a few key passes, but relied on the running game, whereas the Hornets had their flashes with the run game and with the passing game, but with 2 costly turnovers, gave the Blue Golds enough to get this win against the Hornets. Your final score: Aquinas 28, the Colby Hornets 14. The Colby Hornets season comes to an end, but this was a fine ball club, especially considering coming off of that great season that they had last year. I don't think anybody necessarily expected them to be that successful. They knew that this team was going to get to the playoffs, but they did not see how great they were going to be at running the ball. Because, Steve, if you knew this, they actually had more rushing touchdowns and rushing yards than last year's team. But not anymore. But they had a fine ball club. 16 great seniors. Basically, the whole football team is graduating.
Yeah, this was and Colby got the state championship out of the run, obviously, last year. But, this was a team that I think came in and kind of surprised a lot of people. A lot of people looking, you lose the talent they lost from last year's team. But to come out and roll the way they did for most of the season, I mean, we were both at that Edgar game, and that felt like an unstoppable team.
Yeah, when Colby dominated Edgar, everybody was like, whoa, we might have somebody special here. Mateo is hanging his head low. That was a great story with him. Gets his ankle wrecked during the season, nurses it. By rights, with a high ankle sprain, should have been out for the season, but he suited up and played on both sides of the ball.
And it's, and credit to Aquinas, that is a very, very good football team on the other side.
Yeah, let's talk about, not to take anything away from the Blue Golds. They played a great football game. They had a great game plan, especially coming out with playing the run as they did and going deep into their roster. Because I kind of highlighted the players that I felt were going to be talked about a lot, but man, David Malin, he got a lot of great carries. Calvin Hargrove, who is the main rusher for this team, he got a few touches, but the touches he got, he made them count. And Cole Keppel, and on the receiving side of things, and back to David Malin on both sides of the ball, and then Kyle White. But so many weapons on that squad. And you got a big dude, Jackson Flottmeyer, kind of commanding the offense. And it's a lot for teams to handle. But, the Hornets gave them a run for their money. But once they got those 2 turnovers, they capitalized.
For sure. Run around a few other scores from the area.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve. I'm trying to collect my emotions right now.
Regis run all over Edgar, 53-8.
Are you kidding me?
So,
yeesh.
Score for any Aquinas, any lacrosse area people watching, Onalaska over Rice Lake, 48-22. That warms my heart a little bit because that's been Rice Lake's been a thorn in the Medford Raiders side for a while. Close game up in Coleman. St. Mary Springs goes on the road, gets the win, 21-0.
Wow.
The Newman Catholic Cardinals punch their ticket to state and 8-player. They win 35-0 over Siren.
A low-scoring affair for 8-man, isn't that?
Siren, very good defensive team,
I guess.
But so Newman Catholic will play for their second straight state title next week.
Oh, good for you guys.
Flipping through a couple other scores. Two Rivers over Racine St. Catharines. That's the D6 game, 35-6. West Salem 21-14 over Notre Dame. And that's about it for local scores. There aren't too many scores to go through anymore.
Well, we're running out of teams.
Running out of teams.
So Stratford plays who?
Stratford will play St. Mary's Springs.
Wow.
That game will be somewhere in the eastern part of the state to be determined, but that might be our game next week.
Yeah, and when we say we're going to try to team up again.
We're going to try and team up on that one again next week. So some details to work out there, but otherwise we're going to find a game somewhere next week. Obviously, most of our local main teams that we cover out, but we'll find somebody.
Yeah, I was going to say the Merriwood is out of
Merriwood's out of the playoffs. Merriwood's out, and most of the local teams out now. The nearest team would be Stratford.
Let's go Tigers, huh?
Yep. Well, you go
represent the North Central Wisconsin.
Yep.
Dairyland.
And they're going to have a tough game against Springs there. Probably, I'm going to guess that's going to be Green Bay or Oshkosh.
That will be a game to watch.
So
Aquinas still in the corner end zone, and you can see that Hornet fandom is coming out there more and more.
Yeah,
the Hornets had a great season.
You look at a season. 10-2 now. Another good season. Another Merriwood Conference title.
A lot to build on. And a lot to hang their helmets on.
And I think this is a good experience for a lot of those players. We saw it a few years ago. Colby, with a couple of the playing Regis, playing a couple of those teams, getting kind of roughed up a little bit, kind of lit a fire under them for last year's team, and guessing, looking at the enrollments, they'll probably head back down to Division 6 next year. So
that is a tantalizing forecast.
Yep.
Because then all of a sudden you're like, well, wait a minute. You have Hamer, you have Voss, and then here's the other guy. Tate Smith will be the quarterback. I don't know. Do you know much about Tate Smith?
I've watched a couple of their JV games, so I've seen Tate Smith do his thing.
Dude, he can rocket the ball, but man, that kid's got a motor.
And he kind of more falls back into that mold of a Brent Jeske, more of that running style.
Brent Jeske-esque.
The running, maybe not the physical size of Brent Jeske, but somebody that you can run some option with. I think we might see Colby go more to, that might be a good option team next year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
And we know Coach Hagan isn't afraid to swap that offense around when he needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, the other person that personally I'm excited to see coming back here, if I can just reconfirm that. Yeah, Eric Martinez, number 52. He's going to be a senior. Big linebacker.
And that's a huge piece that they need.
Yeah, they started playing him more after the second game, and he hasn't left that starting role. Like he's great. He's great in that role. But anyway, looking back at these seniors, great job. There are 16 of them graduating. High emotions right now. It's a tough moment, but Hornet fandom, if you're listening right now and watching this was a great season. It was a magical season. We had a lot of great moments, and this team competed, and they showcased that talent really well. Falling short here in level 3, but you know what? They were in it.
They were in it. And they slowed down one of the best offenses in the state.
And pinned them back.
And made them fight for it.
They had to get those 2 turnovers to get that edge. If they didn't have those, this is a tie ball game.
Yeah.
Or who knows what it is at the end.
Who knows? I mean, those two really completely changed the nature of the game.
It is. But Hagan said that time and time again. He's like, it comes down to blocking and protecting the ball. Like when you're going up against ball clubs like the Blue Golds here, you can't give it up, but it happens.
It happens. It's football.
I was just saying, sometimes that's the way the ball bounces. Cookie crumbles.
Cookie crumbles. I like that one better.
So here we are. Well, anything else you want to divulge in?
Not much yet. I mean, a couple of weeks we'll be talking basketball.
It never ends, does it?
Nope, never ends.
Mrs. O, she's a little sad. She has a lot of those students in her class. Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. let's shout out our sponsors once again. You know, this is a live broadcast and a professionally done, I'll just leave it at that. Professionally done, a very consistent signal. You can always count on it. But that only is brought to you live and for free because of these great businesses. Not only the ones that you were seeing during the commercial breaks, but let's talk about these four right away. Starting at the very, let's start with Bob's Dairy Supply, which is right next to the scoreboard. They have been a staple in the dairy industry, and nobody else does more dairy than northern central Wisconsin. Steve, did you know that between Clark and Marathon County, we're the number 1 and number 2 counties for most dairy farms and most cows?
Yep.
And get this. So one of the major forages for cows is corn silage. And Clark County and Marathon County, number 1 corn silage production, not just in America, but in the world. But anyway, let me start over. So huge thank you to Bob's Dairy Supply, Century 21 Dairyland Realty. They've been at the game with real estate for a long time. So if you're looking for somebody that, hey, I need to lean on somebody that can find me the right home or find me the right buyer, you can't go wrong with them. Meyer Do-It Best Lumber up there in Dorchester, Wisconsin. Anything that you need to do to get that building project done, whether it's small or big, count on them. One-stop shop. And finally, to Short Lane Egg Supply, Wisconsin's number 1 independent egg retailer. When farmers need to get that season to be a success, you really got to count on somebody that's got a lot of product knowledge and a lot of agronomic sense. And a lot of people will call on them to make their acres the best that they can be. So huge thank you to those major companies right there. I'm Matthew Omican for the Hornets, traveling all the way from Colby, Wisconsin. His name is Steve Akinet for Sports on Focus, and that's where the live feed is coming from for Sports on Focus. If you haven't subscribed to their YouTube channel, do so, because anything that is a live link, whether it's tournament play, regular season play, swimming, soccer, cross country, football, and coming into it, basketball season, just subscribe to their YouTube channel so you don't have to fight on or hunt on Facebook to find where that live stream is. You'll get that alert right away on your device. But we'll leave it at that. Anything else, Steve?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Well, I'm good. We're just wrapping things up here and pack up and make the trip home. And thank you to, I do want to give a shout out to UWL for a beautiful facility one last night.
Oh, hey, absolutely. Here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, absolutely. Great facilities, great field. And, parking, not that bad.
No. I got here early enough. I'm right outside.
Oh, you bragger. Yeah, you sent me pictures at 5 o'clock. And then you said, where are you? And I said, way behind. So, and then a big, one last shout out. I'd like to thank my wife. It's not easy doing multitasking and going abroad and doing all the announcing, but she puts up with me and puts up with you because we have done those podcasts in-house. So that's always a fun time. Anyway, so thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Fridays. And, yeah, good night, everybody.
Good night.